Hello everyone, what's up? So today I'm going to make something for you that is a very classic Punjabi household recipe. Paneer Masala. Yes, it's going to be very easy and of course it's going to be amazingly delicious. And since it has paneer in it, it's going to have loads of protein. And paneer is basically casein protein, and I'll tell you about the benefits of casein protein in this video. Okay, so I'm done prepping my ingredients. I've cut some onions, some tomatoes, mashed some ginger and garlic, and I'll take this kadai and put this on. Now, once the kadai is a little hot, 1 teaspoon of refined sunflower oil. So once the oil is nice and hot, we'll fry the ginger and garlic a little bit. So when you're putting in ginger and garlic, make sure that the oil is not too hot. If it is very hot, what's going to happen is these will get burnt. Just stir it around, and in a few minutes they'll lose their rawness as well. We'll also throw in the onions. These are around 150 grams of onions. The exact details are of course on the screen right now. What you want to do with the onions is to finely dice them, because at the end we don't want chunks of onion coming into our mouth. So the color of your final gravy and the consistency of it depends a lot on the onions. If your onions are not nice and brown, your gravy will not look dense. It will look very bland and the consistency of it will be really chunky. So you want to fry these onions, sort of caramelize them to a light brown color, and that's going to give your final gravy nice density, a brilliant flavor and a great looking texture. So in order to prevent the onions from burning in the oil, in the heat, you just keep on stirring them occasionally, but you also have to let them sit so that they can release all their nice juices and develop their own intense sweetness. They've started smelling really nice. So now I'll tell you a trick that I've learned from my mom. In order to fry the onions perfectly, what you want to do is just spread them around a little and take a tiny splash of water and put it in. Can you hear it? Now what this does is, since the pan is so hot, as soon as you put in the water, it evaporates. It becomes steam and it spreads the heat evenly around all the onions and also stops the onions from burning. So it'll give the onions a uniform color and it'll stop the onions from burning. So until you reach the perfect color with the onions, keep on putting little splashes of water every now and then. So as you can see here, the color has become nice and light brown on the onions. This is the perfect time to put in the tomatoes. So I've cut 4 tomatoes here and I have diced them, not very finely, but just chopped them together so that we don't get chunks of tomato in the end. All of them in. So all this while we've been cooking on high heat. Let it be so, because that will help you cook quicker. And tomatoes have a lot of water, so high heat helps to cook them quickly. And don't worry, they won't burn out because of their water content. So just stir them around a little, spread it and let it sit for some time so that the tomatoes lose their water and get cooked and develop that brilliant tanginess that comes with the tomatoes. And in the meanwhile, we can cut our paneer. What you want to do with this is to cut it into small pieces, because paneer takes some time to absorb the flavors. So the smaller the pieces are, the more enjoyable it will be for you to eat it, because the flavors will be nicely wrapped around the pieces of paneer. If you cut them into big chunks, they won't taste as flavorful because inside there's going to be no flavor. While you're cutting the paneer, don't forget to stir this a little. As you can see, they are losing a lot of their water. Just so that they don't burn out while I'm cutting the paneer, let me just put in a splash of water, and the flavor of the tomatoes has developed. Smells really nice. Okay, so what I'll do is put it to a simmer for a while so that I can cut my paneer. Now before we throw the paneer in, yes, we need to season this. And whenever you think that your mixture is starting to burn a little, add a splash of water, everything will be fine. And now let me try some magic. Okay, so we have our spices here. First off, salt. Around 1 teaspoon of salt. You can of course change the quantities according to your preference. Then a little bit of black pepper. Then the most important spice of all, actually a mixture of spices, Garam Masala. I am putting in 1 teaspoon of Garam Masala, half a teaspoon of Jeera powder, that is Cumin powder. Then we will put around 1 teaspoon of Dhaniya powder, that is Coriander powder, coriander seed powder, a couple of pinches of turmeric. You don't want to go overboard with turmeric, yes, because it has a very strong flavor. Then to spice things up, to make it all funky, we'll put in red chilli powder. Now depending on how funky you feel, you can change the quantities, but I want to go a little more spicy today. So, well, for me, I will put in half a teaspoon of red chilli powder. Yes, that is spicy enough for me. Now you can go more than that or less than that depending on your mood, right? And then to aid our digestive process, we will put a couple of pinches of Heeng, which will be around half a teaspoon. And now just stir the spices nicely. As you can see, the onions and tomatoes have cooked and the color is really nice, dark, thick red. Okay, so now we are going to put in all the paneer. So this is 300 grams of paneer cut into small cubes. So let's just stir it around and coat all the paneer. Looks tempting, doesn't it? Looks like it's ready to eat, but it's not. Now we're going to add one more ingredient that's going to change the whole game for us. It's going to bring out that creaminess, that royal Punjabi flavor. What can it be? Guess? Yes, full cream milk. So let me just get some milk and we'll put it in. And until then, let it be on the simmer so that nothing gets burnt. As soon as you put the milk in, turn the heat on so that the milk now starts to evaporate after boiling, and that will give the creaminess to our dish. When the milk condenses a little, that's when the flavor changes. So now the milk has started boiling, and just in a minute or two, it's going to reduce down and give you a very nice thick gravy with paneer. Now if you want to eat this with rice, you can put in more milk. Yes, because with rice you want a lot of gravy, right? So milk is going to be the perfect way to increase the gravy. So as you can see, this is the perfect consistency if you want to eat it with chapati. Let me just give it a little taste. Really nice. I've put in a lot of red chilli powder, so it's giving me that kick. So after tasting it, I feel that it should be a little more creamy. So let me take the rest of the milk and put it all in. So total of 200 milliliters of milk. Let it boil and condense. So now there's one more thing that helps this paneer actually stand out, and that is Kasoori Methi, dried fenugreek leaves. Now this has a really curious mild bitterness to it. We've put in the flavors of the tomato, that is tangy, the sweetness of the onions, the creaminess of the paneer and the milk, some Kasoori Methi in. Now I love Kasoori Methi, so I just put a lot of it, around a tablespoon of it, yes. Now you can go less on it, you can totally avoid it, put some fresh coriander instead. Alright, so as you can see, brilliant orange color on the paneer. Smells amazing because of that Kasoori Methi now. Wow, looks absolutely stunning. Let me turn the gas off. And as you know, cooking is all about learning what you want to eat and making exactly that, right? So when I first tasted it, I felt that it has a little more spice, so I mellowed it down with the milk. I put in some fragrance with the Kasoori Methi. Now let me taste how it is. Really hot. Really hot. And that's it. Our dish is ready. And as you saw, it is so easy and simple to make this at home. It goes very well with some chapatis. That's the best dinner you can get. This, as I told you, has casein protein. Now what is casein protein? When you introduce acidity into the milk by using some citric acid or acetic acid, as you know, it separates. The liquid part is called whey, which is evaporated to make the whey powder supplements. And then the solid part is the casein, which we also know as cottage cheese, which is paneer. And casein is a slow release protein. Now when you are sleeping, and if you have this before dinner, throughout your sleep, this is going to be the source of protein in your body. And as you know, muscles recover best when you are sleeping. This is a very good thing to have before going to sleep for dinner, because it's going to give your body that storage of protein that it can keep using up, because it's a slow release protein, and build all that muscle that you need. So if you are working out, this is the perfect dinner for you. Okay, so that's it. As you saw, it's so easy. Do try it out and let me know how it turned up. Hit the like button if you liked the video, and don't forget to subscribe, because I put recipes detailed and designed for perfection with calorie and macronutrient information every week. Thank you so much.